or young people, and those joining online, good afternoon. Today is a significant moment for Jamaica and for the University of the West Indies. Jamaica is navigating recovery in the wake of one of the most devastating hurricanes in our history. A reminder that for small island developing states, the challenges we face are not only environmental, but deeply connected to development, opportunity, and resilience. It's in moments like these that partnerships matter the most. For the first time in 23 years, we are honored to welcome the Director General of UNESCO to the land of wood and water, Jamaica. This visit reflects a deep and enduring partnership, one that has supported Jamaica's development journey since independence and continues to invest in the people who will shape its future. And here at the UWI, that commitment comes to life. As a regional leader and convener, the University of the West Indies creates the space where global partnerships translate into real opportunity, bringing together students, young professionals, youth advocates, and leaders from across Jamaica. Initiatives such as the UWI UNESCO WISE program, supporting early career women researchers affected by Hurricane Melissa, demonstrate what is possible when we invest intentionally in young people, ensuring that talent is supported and progress continues. Today is about partnership, it's about possibility, and it's about ensuring the next generation is equipped not only to respond to the challenges we face, but to shape what comes next. This room and those joining us online reflect a diverse cross-section of young people. Members of the National Youth Advisory Council are here, the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network, the National Secondary Students Council, and our WISE awardees, walking in our footsteps, mentors and mentees, all a part of a growing movement shaping Jamaica's future. We expect even more of our staff and students to join as they make their way through the rain and the traffic. And with that, we look forward to today's public lecture entitled UNESCO for the People. With that, I'll hand over for a prayer from Dr. Shanika Lester, who is one of our UE UNESCO Women in Science Emergency awardees and a lecturer here at the University of the West Indies. Please welcome her.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us pray. Gracious God, we pause in this moment that you have given us with gratitude for this gathering, this bringing together of minds, voices, and hearts from many places with various perspectives. We thank you for the mission and the work of organizations like UNESCO, who are committed to the upliftment and the advancement of education, humans, and culture and science. We ask that you will guide this discussion with wisdom. Let every word be guided. Let every shared idea be embedded in your knowledge. We also ask that this will be a space of respect, openness to learning from one another, and thoughtful dialogue. May this discussion leave us inspired for meaningful impact and long-lasting action. May we be reminded of our shared responsibility to uplift and to build a future that is rooted in inclusivity, equity, and hope for all. Bless the gathering, the speaker, and all who are in attendance today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Lester. We will now open for remarks from Professor Marvin Reed, our acting deputy principal here at the UWI Mona. Let's welcome him.
Good afternoon, colleagues and friends. I stand on the protocol so established by Daniel, but it would be remiss of me not to use this opportunity to give a special word of welcome to the Director General of UNESCO, Dr. Enany, and welcome you to our university campus here today, sir. So it's an honor to welcome you and to your other UNESCO colleagues to this Mona campus on this pivotal occasion. Over the past decade, tilling the vineyard under our AAA strategy, we have transitioned our university into what we call an activist university. We're an institution that does not just observe the world, but actively seeks to transform it. Whether through our global leadership in reparatory justice, or pioneering research that you've heard some of it earlier in climate change and in other areas, or our commitment to gender equity, we have proven that a regional institution can and must have a global impact. The theme of today's lecture, Out of Many, One Shared Humanity, holds a profound resonance within these walls. As many of you know, it is a deliberate and beautiful scaling of the Jamaican national motto, out of many, one people. But more than that, it reflects the very soul of the University of the West Indies. Indeed, enshrined in our One UE philosophy is a commitment to unity. We operate across 5 campuses and 17 contributing territories, yet we function as a single, synergistic system. We are, in the words of our Vice Chancellor, one people, one university, one civilization. Today, as we welcome UNESCO and others, we extend that philosophy to the global stage, recognizing that our regional unity is a microcosm of the global solidarity that you, Director General, envision, and that is necessary to protect our shared humanity. Within that context, sir, our gathering today is not a coincidence of timing, but a demonstration of our mutually shared values and goals. Indeed, these intentions will be formalized at the end of your lecture with a letter of intent. This agreement will establish a framework for cooperation between the UE and the UNESCO, and is designed to empower Caribbean youth, enhance digital literacy, and promote inclusive education. A partnership rooted in the belief that through science, culture, and communication, we can build a more resilient and just world. Thank you, and looking forward, and welcome again.
Thank you, Professor Reed. We'll now invite our representative from the Ministry of Gender, Culture, Entertainment, and Sports for similar opening remarks.
My name is Dean Roy Bernard, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport. And it is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to represent the Honorable Minister of Culture, Honorable Olivia Grange, at the occasion of the public lecture for our Director General, who will share with us on the topic of out of many, one shared humanity. And I just want to acknowledge and recognize, even while standing on the protocols, the DG again, Deputy Principal, good to see you, and the authentic Zulu, good to see you, sir. Director Fault, again from our UNESCO Caribbean office, all the other dignitaries of the university, my principal director, Ms. Joy Douglas, I see you. So it is good to see familiar faces, and an old-time past student many, many years ago of this great institution, I would say. And so the theme of the public lecture does, as I saw it, speak to the very motto out of which we have come and developed as a people. Out of many, one people, out of many, one shared humanity. And so it is certainly the ministry's posture to host the Director General of UNESCO, and we have been having some wonderful meetings since yesterday, and it is good that we are here again to share with you. Jamaica stands, ladies and gentlemen, at a defining crossroads in its development journey. As a small island developing state endowed with vibrant, youthful population and a rich cultural heritage, Jamaica has actively positioned itself as a regional leader in responsible AI adoption. We have just this morning signed a very significant piece of engagement with UNESCO to protect and preserve and restore and recover our artifacts. That was very important. We have also signed a declaration of intent to cooperate with UNESCO to see to the resilience of our culture and creative industry. And I must say to you that those of you who have not yet visited the Parliament, our culture policy is on display in the Parliament. So the Joint Select Committee, many practitioners have been there, and we invite the university deputy principal to make your contribution, because a robust policy is what is going to get us to move our GDP growth from the sector from the estimated 9.5% to a whopping 18 to 19%. And that will be good for Jamaica. And the Ministry of Culture, I've been asked to tell you, has done its own survey in terms of some of the gaps in the culture and creative industry as it relates to our cultural practitioners. And as I see my Senior Director, Dr. Gooden, here from the National Gallery of Jamaica, we have gaps in relation to curators in Jamaica. We have gaps in relation to archaeologists, especially those that dive under the waters to discover and preserve our archaeological heritage. We have our cultural communities, the dances from the Maroons. We are trying to bring back Jankuno to Jamaica. When I was growing up as a boy, it was fun at Christmas time to see Jankuno. So we want to ensure that both our tangible and intangible heritage are preserved and empowered. Our Culture and Creative Economy Act is about to be launched, and that act is going to be transformational, because not only does it protect our creatives, protecting and preserving their IP rights, it also ensures that there's resilience for them. So when we have, for example, a catastrophic event like Hurricane Melissa, our creatives are not left exposed. There is support for them, for tools of trade to build them back, and also to ensure that they are strong. A pension fund is in line for them as well, so that they can feel themselves as secured in their profession like the people at the university, right? Right, Deputy Principal? When you have a pension, you feel secured in your art. And so that is what we are doing. We have already ensured that they have insurance for life and health. And the ministry foots that bill in total. Not 1 cent is asked of them. And the foundation that we are setting up to ensure that they have capital support and operational support to make them resilient and strong is apace. And that is soon to become. So as we build on the shared humanity out of many, one shared humanity, the Ministry of Culture, through the Honorable Minister, is doing its part and is pleased to join and partner in the topic today. And we are very much represented. Our Principal Director, Ms. Archibald, is here. And we are here to listen and to take back, Director General, the ingredients of your speech to make for a better culture and creative sector for our people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PS. Joining us from the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports. Now, as we've just heard from the ministry, we'd now like to see a cultural item. So we welcome our cultural piece to the stage, please.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Hi. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Xavier Bryan, a university student from the University of the West Indies, a member of the University Drama Arts and Society. Today I'll be doing a dub poem called Jamaica 61 by Darren Wallace. Please enjoy. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste the water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. This is Jamaica, yeah. Come on, feel the vibe. 60 years now, and she's still alive. Out of many, we still are one people, yeah. One heart, one God, one destiny. Hey, feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste the water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. Our my people there, we need to come together. We need to share this history with one another. We come from far, never start with no big car. You remember, donkey cart and move the people down the street. Start, feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste for water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. So hear me now, let's raise our hands up to the sky and thank the Lord for all the storms that pass us by. The flag still high in the cool breeze of the land. Evergreen, no people stronger than the sun we stand. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. Father God, I know you bless this island with gifts, with talent put together, make us number one. We know that many people call this island paradise, but no, behind it all a secret sacrifice. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. So hear me now. 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 Anywhere we go, hey, people call our name. Sometimes it is for good and sometimes it is for blame. But I one thing me proud, and it remain the same. We're spirit strong, we're culture bright like an eternal flame. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. Feel the breeze, feel the culture, feel the sunshine, taste water. Listen, reggae music in the atmosphere. We are Jamaicans in this world, you find us anywhere. Feel the breeze.
Thank you so much. I think we've felt the breeze and felt the culture. DG, this is, patois. You've gotten your first experience now, first-hand hearing our culture and our dub poetry. Now, it's a moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor to introduce our speaker this afternoon. Professor Khaled Enany assumed office as Director General of UNESCO in November 2025, becoming the first from an Arab country and only the second from Africa to lead the organization. His leadership is grounded in a clear and compelling vision: UNESCO for the people, a vision that places culture, education, science, and critically young people at the center of global development. Prior to this role, he served as Egypt's Minister of Antiquities and later as Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, where he led major national reforms, strengthened international cooperation, and advanced the global appreciation of heritage and cultural identity. He's also a distinguished academic, a professor of Egyptology, with over 3 decades of teaching and research, and a globally recognized voice in the fields of heritage, public service, and international collaboration. Across academia, government, and global leadership, his work reflects a consistent commitment to connecting people, preserving history, and shaping the future. And it is that commitment, ladies and gentlemen, that brings him here today to engage with a new generation and to continue building partnerships that place people at the center of progress. Now, in Jamaica, we would simply say a warm welcome. But I know you're from Egypt, where you say, Ahlan wa salan, Munawar al Donia. You're most warmly welcome. You light up the world. Please join me in welcoming DG, Professor. Good to see you, DG.
Shukran. Dear professors, ambassadors, dear representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Culture, UNRC, dear colleagues from UNESCO, dear professors, and dear students. I'm very happy to be here in my first visit to the beautiful country, Jamaica. As it was said now in the song, you are blessed. I confirm. It has been only 36 hours that I'm here, but I feel at home. Your motto is out of many, one people. And it's the same motto we have at UNESCO. It's UNESCO for the people. UNESCO was established in 1945, after the end of the Second World War, with millions of victims around the globe. Governments realized that political agreement and the economic arrangement were not enough to bring people together, to bring cultures and identities together, but they bring only nation and government. To have a lasting peace, UNESCO was established to bring people together despite their difference of culture, of gender, of identity, of color, through education, science, culture, communication, and information. So UNESCO was established in 1945 with a very clear mandate. This is a part of the Constitution. Since wars begin in the minds of men and women, it is in the minds of men and women that the defenses of peace must be constructed. We have 4 pillars, while of course we are working with an intersectoral approach, but our main fields of competence are education, science, culture, communication, and information. This is just very few examples of what we are doing in these fields of competence. From the world heritage to science, technology, innovation, right to quality education, fight against racism and discrimination, underwater cultural heritage, ethics of science, technology, and bioethics, ethics of AI, freedom of expression and safety of journalists, intangible cultural heritage, natural science, social and human sciences, water sciences, disaster risk reduction, human rights, literacy and adult learning, digital literacy, climate change, indigenous knowledge and local communities and indigenous language and mother tongues, ocean sciences, protecting heritage in crisis and emergencies, geological sciences, memory of the world, lifelong learning, future of education, illicit traffic of cultural heritage, and congratulations to Jamaica to ratify today the 1970 Convention, biodiversity, and I commend the efforts of the Jamaican government who are working very hard to inscribe the first biosphere reserves in Jamaica, You have all our support about social inclusion, multilingualism, and linguistic diversity. This is just a glimpse of what UNESCO is doing. UNESCO has 5 main functions. We are the think tank of humanity, the intellectual arm of the UN system. We serve as a laboratory of ideas. We are a capacity builder for national authorities, for communities, for teachers, for scientists, for journalists, and we help to develop institutional capacity among our member states. We are catalyst and the motor of international cooperation. We strengthen international and regional cooperation in our fields of competence, whether either it's north-south or south-south or triangle north-south. We are a standard setter. We set norms and standards in our fields of competence. And we are a clearing house. We provide global policy analysis, monitoring, and benchmarking. All of this with only one objective. It's peace. UNESCO is a very big family. It's a member state-driven organization. We have 3 bodies, 3 governing bodies in the organization. The headquarters is in Paris, but we have field and regional offices in 53 countries, and we have 9 Category 1 institutes around the globe. We have 3 governing bodies, as I mentioned. The General Conference with 194 member states. We have the Executive Board, which is elected for 2 years with 58 countries, every 2 years. And we have the Secretariat. We have around more than 5,500 staff members in Paris and in the 53 field offices and the 10 Category 1 institutes around the world. We have more than 10,000 associated schools and more than 1,100 university chairs and more than 140 Category 2 centers, and we are partnering with more than 435 NGO, and we have a network of goodwill ambassadors, 96 from different culture and backgrounds. This to show that how UNESCO is really a very big family, all partnering and working together for one objective is peace in the mind of people. And yesterday I visited the Bob Marley Museum. And it was very inspiring because I was prepared for an artistic, cultural visit. But it was much beyond. It was about identity. It's about love. It's about peace. And as you said now in the song, we are all one people, despite any differences. And this is the objective of UNESCO. We have designated sites. We have 1,248 World Heritage Sites. They are natural and cultural heritage sites, 784 biosphere reserves, 229 global geoparks, and hundreds of learning, creative, inclusive, and sustainable cities around the world. We have 2 global priorities at UNESCO: the African continent and gender equality. And we have 2 priority groups. 2 of them are represented here. It's youth and the small island developing states. These are the decisions taken by member states to identify the 2 global priority and the 2 priority groups. As for Jamaica, you have 2 World Heritage Sites, and congratulations for the inscription last year of the Port Royal. And we have, but you deserve much more than 2. And I'm sure that we'll make it very soon. And this is the promises I had yesterday from His Excellency Prime Minister. All the ministers I met, I met with 5 ministers during my 36 hours. All of them are very much committed to continue the work with UNESCO. You have 3 intangible heritage elements. One of them is the reggae music. You have 3 Memory of the World Register. We have 1 creative city, the Music Kingston. And you have 4 associated schools. And yesterday, only yesterday, you launched the Readiness Assessment Methodology report for AI. You will continue by having UNESCO chairs. Yes. This is a commitment you deserve, because when I was preparing my visit, all the high officials are all studying here. So I'm sure that you will have very soon your UNESCO chair, your Category 2 center, and more elements, and the first biosphere reserve. And I'm sure that you will uphold this commitment, and you have all the support of UNESCO. You are an old partner. You have been to UNESCO since 1962, so with independence. And we are based in Kingston, and the regional office of UNESCO, headed by my colleague Eric Falt, and the distinguished young team coming from 12 nationalities working under his leadership to serve Jamaican and to work with Jamaica, are here running the Caribbean region from Kingston. You are partner of the majority of conventions and committee. You are very active at UNESCO. We are working with you in education, in science, in AI, in technology, in culture, in communication and information. And really, maybe it's the occasion to commend the work of the UNESCO team, who are very passionate, who love your country, and they have a very big support from the government of Jamaica and of a very important liaison called the National Commission. We have 200 national commissions around the world, and they are the liaison between UNESCO and the local government. And of course, the Hurricane Melissa, with this one of the most devastating events that happened in the region. You know better than me the number. UNESCO were very much present on the ground, working hand in hand with the local authority in capacity building of teacher, of heritage specialists, and supporting women scientists working in communication information and supporting persons with disability. But we continue working with the Jamaican authority to build resilience, to build resilient communities to address this kind of natural disaster. UNESCO for the people, it's a UNESCO that works for teachers, for handicrafts, for underwater archaeology, for heritage preservation, for scientists, for journalists, for heritage specialists, for artists, all together despite any difference. We have 3 main guiding lines at UNESCO. We are an organization that worked for more than 80 years for peace, safeguarding fundamental human rights related to the mandate of the organization, to support the communities and the governments and people for sustainable development. These are the 3 keywords of the definition of what is UNESCO for the people. We are very present in this evolving world with multiplication of natural disasters, but also with conflicts in many regions of the world. UNESCO is present within the UN family with government, with the donors, to be present on the ground to address the challenges and the emergencies everywhere. We are present in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Ukraine, in Sudan, to support. We are reaching more than 40 million people in different parts of the world for education, for science. We are offering open science toolkit and supporting local governments and authorities in Ukraine, in Libya, in Lebanon, preserving cultural heritage during crisis, and communication information and the safety of journalists to be sure of free and reliable information. Since the publication of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, UNESCO was there to safeguard human rights, especially those pertaining to the mandate of UNESCO. The first one is the right to education. As mentioned, the Article 26, but we launched last week the GEM report, and we have 273 million children remain out of school. We support open science, and we issued the recommendation on open science, and we prepare the young generation for the skills needed to the digital world of the future regarding ethical use of science and science and the benefit of human being, as it's mentioned in the Article 27, and the right to take part in culture according our 1970 Convention, 1954 Convention, 2001, 2003, and 2005 Convention. And we support communities for creative industries. And the fourth right is the right of freedom of opinion and expression. But of course, we observed that the last year there was around 10% decline in freedom of expression since 2012. Right to water and access to water and sanitation, while today we have around 25% of humanity lack safely managed drinking water. And in my continent, Africa, the theme of this year is water. It's a reason of displacement, of social instability, and of conflicts. We support different nations and people in the implementation of the 17 SDGs, and we work with the UN system to prepare ourselves for the post-2030 agenda. As you see, the role of UNESCO is very much related to different SDGs like quality education, like gender equality, like water, like innovation, like reducing inequality, and sustainable cities, climate action, water, ocean, and life below water, biodiversity, life on land with the biodiversity and geoparks, and of course, peace. So we are working with our partners and member states to advance the implementation of SDGs in an equal way, and which is not the case, unfortunately, and there is a huge disparity in the implementation of technologies and of all these fundamental rights. And finally, I invite you to follow UNESCO platform to know more about UNESCO. When Eric Falt told me that you have a very short presentation to present to students and to teachers, professors, what is UNESCO for the people? So I try to be concise on my time as I promise. And this, finally, a last word that I'm addressing now the young generation, the students. Believe in your dream. This is the only thing, the only sincere advice that I can give you. Believe in your dream. I'm a professor. I'm teaching in the university since 1993, and the most exciting time of my life is being in auditorium and giving lectures. And that's something I miss a lot. I love being with students because they inspire me, and I learn a lot from them.
We have opposition.
I started only last November, but I take note. I would love to come to live in Jamaica. Believe in your dream. And as a young student, I had a dream of working one day at UNESCO. I tried many times during my career, many times, as a PhD student, as a postdoctoral, as a full professor. But I kept my dream. To be the first Arab and the second African, I had a campaign. The UNESCO Director General is elected by member states. I'm outsider to UNESCO. So I had to run a very inclusive campaign to travel around the world, to meet with officials, with NGOs, with communities, with people, with children, with teachers, with scholars, to understand what they are expecting from UNESCO and what UNESCO can do for them. I spent my life doing three things: teaching, doing scientific research, and working in culture. These are UNESCO, education, science, and culture. So I didn't work at UNESCO, but I spent all my career working on the fields of competence of UNESCO. So I have first-hand experience of the expectation, the hope, the aspiration of people, of communities from UNESCO. So I have the other version. And it seems that this campaign, I have been during 31 months in 66 countries around the globe. It was a full-time job for me, preparing the campaign, working, studying, spending my time studying the constitution, the conventions. Every country I visit, I meet with 3, 4 ministers, NGOs. I have to prepare. It was a full-time for me, but I was determined to continue. And this was appreciated by member states, and they gave me a high vote. And this is my advice to the young students here. Fix you a dream, work to prepare yourself to be ready for this dream, and never abandon it. You will get it one day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director General. We've heard that we should believe in our dreams. We've also learned quite a bit about UNESCO, that it's a think tank of humanity and has roles as a standard setter, catalyst for international cooperation, a capacity builder, and is a clearinghouse with the singular goal of peace. That being said, we're now going to move into the signing of the MOU between UNESCO and the UWI to strengthen collaboration in areas of mutual priority, including education, science, culture, and youth engagement. We welcome members of UNESCO and the UWI over here to the left, where we'll do the signing. And the MOU has been signed, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a gift for you. Yes. I will take that for you. No worries. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Now we have a quick gift to the Director General, and we'll invite you on stage, DG, as well as Dr. Marvadine Singh Wilmot, who's a senior lecturer here in the University of the West Indies. So let's welcome her on stage, please, to give her gift to the Director General.
Director General, it's an absolute pleasure for me to present you with this gift on behalf of my university. And I wrote the words down. I would love to come to live in Jamaica, you said. So by the time you leave this room this afternoon, I suspect you will accept now this UWI, your university. Let's make it this, yes? Good. Now, with all that's going on and all the responsibilities, all the traveling, when you want to be here, DG, we want you to use it. Look at it. Keep that in your mind, yeah? And when you do this, remember this for me, please. UNESCO and UWI share one purpose. We have a shared purpose. UNESCO for the people, UWI also for the people. UWI, at its core, it's Caribbean, DG, but it has global reach. Thank you. No, for these, no there. UWI and UNESCO.
Perfect. Perfect. So on behalf of the, yes. On behalf of the University of the West Indies, I extend a sincere thank you to UNESCO, to our partners, and to all of you for being a part of this important moment. It was a pleasure to lead this event as a proud graduate of the University of the West Indies. We look forward to what comes next.
And thanks to the Master of Ceremony.
No, we're just going to just do a group shot.
Oh, okay. Yes. Just take a cable.
And then I have to give the laptop to,
This is mine.
I know, but
To Ali Bek.
Ali Beck, yes.